Test. Frame rate dropped so much. Okay. How does the stream look to you guys right now? Like, not how it looked before, but how is it looking now? What do you mean, what's happening? Is it freaking out? What do you mean, what's happening? I got it. I got the button. I got the button. I got it. Yeah. Okay. No! Whoa! Okay. That was a close one. Now this is going to be interesting. No! Okay. So, who has topic ideas? Cause screw this. Okay, just screw it all. Just yeah. Alright, so who has topic ideas for the stream, for the actual television, well, not television, lol, for the actual show? I see some of you are in here, and then suddenly nobody's in here. I don't know what's going on. Now it just says myself and Moobot are in the stream, but originally it had Sanic, Rob Wilmoth, and Chew and stuff. So, who has topic suggestions? Team Killer? Google Chrome? Yeah, I use Google Chrome. Oh dear, okay. Well, let me try introing this show as if I can actually do it, because I know I can't, but I'm going to try it, okay? So, here goes. This is Vox Talks, the show where I talk and you tell me what to talk about. Got topic suggestions? Leave them in the comments or in the chat, and I'll chat about them. My name is EposVox, and I appreciate all of you listening and joining in. I'll be your host today, and, well, every day. I may have some people in Skype for some Skype calls, but other than that, I am your main guy, and this is the voice you will listen to. So kick back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. This show is brought to you in part by Rackflux for all your game server, VPS server, and dedicated web hosting server needs. Also brought to you by AMD for your processing and graphics needs. Control Freak, enter sponsor code EposVox, EPOSVOX for 10% off your purchase. And Squid Grips, get a grip on life. And welcome to the show. That was really cheesy, I guess, I don't know. Hi. Hello. Hi. This is a bit more awkward because nobody's actually talking. And I feel forever alone. Yes, I know you guys are still here now. I don't know why the chat won't work for me, but I can still read your all's messages. Blizzard, open it in another browser. Twitch chat sucks. Okay, so, what do you guys want to hear about today? I don't really think I have any leftover topics from the last show. I think I pretty much covered it all other than the extension of what we were talking about with Silly Solomon. But frankly, that topic just needs to be done now, so that's why it is. How is the audio quality? I've never actually streamed with this format, so I'm not entirely sure what... You're gonna take about 15 minutes to watch this video lecture. That's cool. You can come back when this thing's probably actually going. it'll probably be a bit more active when you come back. So, just saying, because you're a Saiyan. And the stream is spinning for no reason. I apologize for that. Alright. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I should do a let's play of it. You actually, well, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Is that the same as Hello Kitty Online? No. Maybe? Because when I Google it, that's what comes up. Hello Kitty Online. Or are you talking about the World of Warcraft mod? Definitely don't want to play a World of Warcraft mod of Hello Kitty. I don't want to download it. I thought it was like a Flash game or something. Come on. Wait, so there is... Why do you keep saying still here? Is it like looping or something? No, it's not. Why do you keep saying still here? Team Killer, I don't... Hello, 360 cool guy. Welcome to the stream. If you have any topic suggestions, please leave them below. Let me get that going. Chat test. Welcome back, Blizzard. We said it once, at least I did. Said what once? You keep saying still here over and over and over. I don't know why you keep saying still here. But anyway. Hello, 360 cool guy. Welcome back, Blizzard. Hi, Blizz. Yes, 360 cool guy. Welcome aboard. I don't know. Let me pull up the stream, see what's going on, since... Yeah, it's working. I don't... Okay. So, Team Killer. Besides Hello Kitty Island Adventure, what would you like to see me? Why does it keep spinning? What would you like to see me? Let's play. I do have... Well, somebody else requested Black Mesa Source. Oh, sorry. I don't entirely know how I feel about that. I don't know that I want to give a game like that a full let's play. I may do some sort of like goofy little montage thing of it for sure, but as far as a full let's play, I don't know that I could really do the game justice, therefore I don't necessarily want to devote a full, like, any sort of let's play to it. But as far as quick games, I could try doing that little reimagined game, but it'd just be full of more rage. Which I don't find fun, but you guys seem to find fun, so you know, that works. Borderlands 2 TF2. I do still need to do some Man vs. Machine. I do still need to do more of that. That is definitely on the list. Well, actually, I said more. I haven't done Man vs. Machine at all. I've never even played it. I want to get into it. I want to play it. I want to give it a try. Borderlands 2. If it's as easy to get free as the first one was, then definitely. But otherwise, can't really sink money into games right now. What do we have going on here? Who all is here? Everybody's here. Okay. Please don't say still here in response to that. So. Let's talk about apples and why apples are so fantastic. Actually, no. I'm hungry. Well, no, I'm not hungry. I just ate dinner. That's what actually took me so long to get this started and kind of threw me off my balance of actually coming in here confidently and, you know, producing a show rather than just kind of sitting here waiting for you guys to talk with me because I'm forever alone. But I did get to eat, so that's good. I do now have noms in my belly. BBK posted a new video. You guys should go check it out because his videos are always awesome. And yeah, I'll put a link to that down here. BBK video. Watch later. And yeah, what games, preferably indie games, well, not indie games. I don't like that categorization. What games that have recently come out, or that are about to come out, that are on a bit smaller scale, are you guys looking forward to? God. Thanks, Team Killer. Yes, how can you be looking forward to playing Diablo 2? Well, I guess you could say to playing, but how could you be looking forward to Diablo 2 when it came out like 20 years ago? I'm still looking forward to playing Diablo 3. I still haven't put anywhere near the amount of time into it that I need to. But honestly, it's something I need to catch up with. There's Guild Wars 2. Thanks to, after the last stream, tech experts, Ace Serenity, provided me with a copy of Guild Wars 2. That's freaking fantastic. I plan on playing that soon. I was going to do some for the stream, but I've been having a lot of graphics card issues, for those of you who don't know. And so I'm actually running on my old graphics card, which is from like 2008 or earlier. It's a NVIDIA 9800 GT. It doesn't like games that well. At least it doesn't, explode my computer when I play them like the old one did. But it still doesn't actually like, playing and streaming them. Battlefield 3 campaign. I have not touched that whatsoever. I do need to get into that. I need to give it a shot. And I need to try it out. And I'll at least do a video too of it, even if I'm just like making fun of the campaign or whatever. Does anyone have a PS3? I have a PS3, actually. Why is that haha JK? Here you go. It's actually sitting next to Choose Monitor here. And yes, and my Turtle Beachers are on it. I may be getting some Astros soon. That would be absolutely fantastic. It's got a little Apple sticker on it. There's my Xbox over there with the Squid Grip logo. And a mirror, that's awkward. Choose mic. My mic. Hello. Back to that. We should play some BF3 with Stampy and Halo Zone. Do they play on Xbox or PC? I have both. I only have Premium on Xbox though. I don't think that really matters, but yeah, I'd love to play with you guys. I gotta get them too on Xbox Live. I don't actually have their friends, or them as friends. Use your PS3 for Netflix. I don't watch Netflix on consoles. I don't like it at all. The app seems stupid. It doesn't load as high quality of video. I'd much rather just run it on my... I realize I have my PC hooked up to my TV, which most people don't have that option, but I do that, and so I'd much rather just hook Netflix up to that and my surround sound than running it through a console. I don't like all the new console apps and things like that. I just don't get it. It's a gaming console. I want to play games. I don't want all this other crap. Netflix runs fine on my computer, and actually my family in the basement have gotten Netflix set up on the Blu-ray player, so hell, that works. Last of Us. What is that? Everybody kept asking about that when I worked at GameStop. When's The Last of Us come out? Do you know anything about The Last of Us? What is it? I know it's a PS3 exclusive, but what is it? And yes, Guild Wars 2. I love Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is awesome. I'm going to play it soon, hopefully. And 2 and I are going to play it as well. I'm going to do a few videos on that. Maybe not a full series, but I don't understand why you all use consoles for separate things. I have a PS3 so I can play PS3 games. That's what it's there for, right? It plays PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 3 games, and so I play games on it. I don't understand. And then I play Xbox games on Xbox. And then I play PS2 games on PS2. Which is actually over there. I'm not going to drag the camera around again unless you all want something, or want me to, but it's under the Xbox I showed you all. BTW, congrats on talking to Halo Zone about posting stuff on Halo Zone. Does that make you a director? Post-apocalyptic game by Naughty Duck. Awesome. I may actually check it out. I've literally seen nothing on it other than, like I said, the phone calls I got when I worked at GameStop. So I will try and check it out. I'll add that to my list of at least to check out the tutorials, trailers and things like that for. No, I'm not a Halo Zone director. I'm just gonna put, well, I guess I could be at some point. I just want to get more active in the community, in multiple communities. I want to get my content a bit more out there, and going through someone like the Halo Zone for my Halo content is something good to do so, or a good way of going about it. Yeah, but it doesn't have Halo, so it sucks. It's a PS3. It plays PS3 games. Not having one game doesn't make it suck. It's a separate console, so it plays that console's games. I don't know. I'm really weird about that. I understand that every console, well, every platform, not just console, has to have its exclusives, whether for actual like platform requirements or just for or just for like promotional reasons, obviously. So the PS3 is going to have its exclusives, the PC is going to have its PC only games, the Xbox is going to have its exclusives, and things like that. WB means welcome back. And so to say that a console sucks because it doesn't have a game really isn't a critique on the console at all. It's I mean, that's no effect on the console. If anything, you can say Halo sucks for not negotiating the contracts to get Halo, or wow, Halo doesn't suck. You can say that Sony sucks for not getting the contracts to Halo to put it on their console, or, you know, what have you for around that. Welcome back, Chew. Welcome back. Heavy Rain is my favorite movie. That is my line. You stole that from me. I've yet to play Heavy Rain, though. I think I want to, or watch it, rather. The movie. I think I want to, it's just not one I've been able to get a hold of or give a try yet. Excuse me. It's definitely on the list, though. Although, I don't have Move, and it seemed like it'd be a lot more interesting to play with PlayStation Move. I don't know that it requires the Move. If it requires the Move, then I can't play it, but whatever. Do you actually have Heavy Rain, or is it one of the ones that you had, but, you know, can't play anymore because of stuff? Like, Uncharted? Uncharted wasn't a movie game. Uncharted was a lot of fun. I haven't actually, played through all of them yet, but I've played bits of both of them, or all three of them, and they were all a lot of fun. And I played the multiplayer beta for Uncharted 3, and that was a lot of fun. It was like almost like a mix of, I guess you could say, a game like Assassin's Creed, or Prince of Persia, where you have that, you know, climbing around ability and things like that, mixed with Gears of War, as far as the third-person cover-based system shooting. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of disappointed I never got the game itself, but I will get into it at some point. I have Uncharted 1 and 2 back there that I need to beat first, and frankly, I just need to sit down and do it. There's nothing really keeping me from doing so. Connect. We still need to hook that up. Why haven't we hooked that up yet? We need to hook that up, try it out with Skyrim, and go Fushura! Or something. Or for when that, really? Where do you work? Well, that doesn't matter. You got a free cut. That's awesome. I got my, you guys can't see it, but I got my, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood Collector's Edition from a customer when I worked at GameStop. He just didn't want it at all. It was completely unopened, and we even told him, you know, you should probably keep this because you're getting nothing for it. And he was just like, here you go. So, free stuff. But yeah, we need to hook the Connect up, especially when that Dragon Ball Z Connect game comes out. If y'all haven't seen that, check that out. I realize it looks pretty gimmicky. It looks pretty cheesy. At this point, it looked a bit cooler when they first announced it and stuff. But I would definitely check it out because it Kamehameha. I mean, on top of the nostalgia factor and being able to like sit there and pretend you're fucking Goku or something. To be able to go Kamehameha, that is awesome. I don't know. I think it'd be awesome. Yeah. Wait, is that playing music in the? No, it's not. Good. Rawr. Hello, Blizzard. Yeah, we have a huge list of games to play. Very little time, and once I start working, we're gonna have even less time. So, why life? Why do this? Dead air. Anyway. For those of you who didn't know, I think Chu's probably the only one. Well, maybe Blizz. Yeah, Blizz probably knows. But I actually have business cards now. Yeah, the chat. Why is the chat screwy? You're the only one who's having chat problems, Blizz, and that's on your end. Wirecast doesn't like... Or, Wirecast. Twitch.tv's chat just kind of sucks, and it doesn't work very well. And so, I have to use it in Firefox because it doesn't work at all in Chrome for me, and you just kind of have to balance it. But yeah, I have business cards now. They're kind of professional looking. This one has a scratch in the middle. Can't really read it because camera won't focus in Wirecast, but it's there. It's got black and white photos on the back. It's got different photos on each one. Watch me on YouTube, and then it has the branding label. Has my info and stuff like that. It's really kind of cool. Yes, it's working in Chrome for you. It doesn't work in Chrome for me. Like I said, the issues with the chat are completely dependent on every single person. It's not something universal or anything like that. Yeah. So I have business cards I can give out to people. I tried giving it to the producer of the radio station I'm interning for, and he just kind of gave it back. I mean, he said it was really cool and all that stuff, but he didn't keep it. Nobody keeps business cards. I mean, hell, I don't keep people's business cards, but still. I'm glad to have them, at least. The Twitch app. Yeah, all live streaming apps suck. Hell, watching videos or streaming on an iOS device sucks, period. Especially streaming, because you don't have the bandwidth capability to actually stream it to your iPod or anything. I mean, like this. If you run a speed test on your internet, on your iPod, and then run it on your computer, like here, my internet, I get about a 22 megabyte down, almost 3 megabyte up on my home computer for my home internet on a speed test. Run it on my iPod, and I don't even get 1 down or 1 up, because iPods just have horrible Wi-Fi adapters and very low power, therefore they're just not good for video. And I mean, they're not built for that. They're iPods. They're not internet streaming devices, but they're trying to... I mean, eventually they'll reach that point and they'll be perfectly fine, sure, but we're not at that point yet. Also, I've never used one of these before in my life. I have one of these. I got it for Christmas of last year. It is aluminum. Can I drink water in this? I see a lot of people keeping weird drinks in here, but I would only be taking water with me. But I don't know if the metalliciness makes it weird or what have you. But if I can just take this for school with water instead of doing a water bottle, let me know, because I would like to know. It's just a little drink canister, thermos. Chew, you should know. Yeah, I can put water in it. Okay. Because I'm gonna maybe try and use it. They're really awkward. I don't even like the concept of it. I mean, sure, you're saving water bottles or whatever. Oh god, that was a horrible sound. But they're just really awkward and stuff. And it's metal. I don't want something metal. I want a water bottle. And I'll refill a water bottle for a while. UL. I'm not a trader. If I was a trader, we'd be, or if we were going to like UK, I'd be a trader. Don't even. My voice today is not working out very well. I'm gonna get more sun-kissed. I will be right back. For real, guys, though. I would like to hear some pretty good topics like last time about no, Amazon, I will not rate my transaction. But yeah, I'd like to see some topics like we got going last time, because we got some really good topics going and some really good talks. And I realized we had a couple more people and stuff, but I think we can still do it in this one. But I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get me some more stun-kissed. You guys stick with it. This is Vox Talks.
EposVox's content continues to be on the highest level among gamers of all kinds. His epic voice, high-quality professional content, and fantastic dedication will send him far. Anyone and everyone needs to follow EposVox, or they will certainly miss out on an important piece of history. Visit him at youtube.com/EposVox, twitter.com/EposVox, and Twitch TV/EposVox. End log.
Do your thumbs get sore when you're playing video games? Do you need a little bit more accuracy in game? Well then check out Control Freak's line of gaming accessories. Their FPS Freak thumbstick extenders will have you grizzing it up in no time. Use promo code EposVox and save 10% on your purchase. That's EposVox, EposVox, EposVox at controlfreak.com.
EposVox's content continues to be...
If you like gaming content, you watch YouTube videos, check out the epic voice himself. That's EposVox over at youtube.com. Go to youtube.com/EposVox, spelled EposVox. That's youtube.com/EposVox. That's EposVox.
Play Halo? Like to watch Halo videos? Enjoy loving life? Well then subscribe to the legend himself, Mr. BBK Dragoon, over at youtube.com/BBK Dragoon. You'll be impressed by the skill level, production value, and just the great vibes you get over at his channel. He produces high quality content and really good videos. And you should definitely check him out, like I said, over at youtube.com/BBK Dragoon. And tell him Epos sent you. He'll definitely give you a smile. Hello. I'm back. Hi. Okay. Anywho. I still haven't gotten that fully managed or anything yet, but I'm trying something new, so don't hate me for the new things. I'm trying not to block the camera with the mic, but at the same time, I want you all to be able to hear me, so, you know. Yeah. Volume adjustment on my setup is very strange and very hard to manage. It's getting quite frustrating at this point. So I went to get Sunkissed, and I came back, and the only comment was about Sunkissed, so woohoo! We're gonna talk about Sunkissed. Why do I like Sunkissed so much? I like Sunkissed so much because it is Sunkissed. It is a drink. It is, I don't know. I'm just making shit up because nobody's talking and I feel really awkward talking by myself when it's not for like a video. Blizzard Ball has returned. I have a retarded new email. Okay. Anywho. But yeah, freshman year of high school is when I started drinking Sunkissed. And basically I just kind of got addicted to the caffeine and the sugar. And I have naturally low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, so I'm kind of addicted to the sugar. Well, not addicted, but I'm dependent on having a certain amount of blood sugar and things like that. So, Sunkissed, yeah. I drink lots of it. I'm slowly leaning off, though, and drinking more water, but it's taking a while. iPhone 5 thoughts. Why would I have thoughts on the iPhone 5? What? No. It's an iPhone. I don't think everybody still seems just blown away by the fact that this is my phone. It's a texting phone, but it's nowhere near a smartphone. Nor will I probably ever have a smartphone for quite a long time. I've never had an iPhone, nor do I have intent of getting one. I have an iPod Touch, which some people think is an iPhone from time to time, but it is much thinner. I like the idea of smartphones. I like that we have the option of having these, but primarily just the Droid ones. But the iPhones are going a bit nuts. It's worse, like, everybody talks bad about Madden and Call of Duty and their annual releases, right? But think about the iPhones. And I realize that people do make this connection. It's just not as common as, Call of Duty rage in the gaming community and stuff. But they put out a new iPhone every year. These things cost like $500 to $1,000. And every year people sell their old one for like a minuscule fraction of what they paid for it and get the new one. For what? What makes it worth paying for in the first place? Nevertheless, upgrading every year, or upgrading even 1 year. I don't understand. Granted, yes, if I had if I had a lot of disposable income or somebody was paying for my data plan, then I would have an iPhone, yes. But I would not be going through them every single year, or anywhere near that, for that matter. That is just ridiculous. For one, it's a phone. I always use mine basically until they fall apart. It is a phone. But secondly, I just don't understand it. You're throwing away so much money for a pretentiously slightly higher megapixel phone camera, which, despite how many megapixels they make it take, it still looks like crap because it's on a phone. And Instagram, the only thing people on iPhones use nowadays, looks like crap anyway. I just don't see it. Yes, they speed it up. Yes, they, do some sort of physical change. Yes, they add in some tiny new software features. But that's not worth $800 more or $500. Hell, it's not worth any amount more dollars to just sit there and keep re-upgrading. So yeah, iPhone 5 thoughts. Why? Just throw it on the ground. Just throw it on the ground. I have been offered somebody's iPhone when they do upgrade, but it has a cracked screen and stuff. I think I know somebody that went to my high school that could replace it. But again, I'm not going to pay $60 extra a month for an internet plan for a phone when I have internet at home, and I don't necessarily need, the only where I spend most of my time is going to be when either I'm at work, I'm at school, or I'm at home. School and home, I have Wi-Fi everywhere. Laptop, iPod Touch, Kindle Fire. I don't need additional data on my phone. If I'm working and I'm at work, I don't need to be on the internet at work. If so, then it would be through a work, thing. If I'm at home, I have internet everywhere on any device imaginable, so why get it on my phone? I'm not that fucking lazy. But yeah, there's my rant about that shit. So if you've been trying out the APU from AMD, I actually don't have that yet. They're not sending it out until tomorrow. So I will let you guys know, and there will certainly be video reviews. There will be lots of stuff regarding the APU, and probably the motherboard they send me too, unless it's just like a tiny little display motherboard or something. I'll have some videos out very soon. But yeah, when I signed up and things like that, when I was corresponding with them via email, they said that it's sent out tomorrow, basically. So ideally I'll get it by Wednesday, and hell, if I'm lucky, I'll have a video up by Friday on it, but if not, it'll be next Monday's video. And I'll certainly talk about it in the live streams and things like that. Excuse me. I've been having a lot of stomach problems. But yeah, and I'll be talking about it in the live streams and things like that, and that will ideally help out with a lot of the issues I've been having regarding my computer, because it'll be replacement parts essentially for me. Even though I am reviewing them for AMD, I am using it to help promote their product, but it'll also be replacement parts for me, which it's kind of the point. Both parties get benefits, and I really like that. I really like that something like that can exist. No, I do not want to report this email as spam. Stop doing so. Anyway, I should also be getting, a couple different I should be getting some different parts from not computer parts necessarily, but some different products from some different companies and putting out reviews soon. I did get the squid grips, which I showed off last stream, and I did mention in my sponsors list today. I did get those for both PS3 and Xbox. Did a quick little review and stuff of them. The video is going to probably go up Wednesday. I have so many videos, it's hard to decide when to upload what exactly. But for them, I'm going to upload their review Wednesday, do a little write-up of it beforehand, and put it on my blog. That'll be pretty cool. Squid grips, the little controller grip accessories. Got a couple other coming my way. I still need to do one just for Control Freak, just for the sake of having it done. They deserve a review. And yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try and get stuff done. I got lots of reviews I could do or want to do. Yes, I'll be up for playing Halo 3 later. On top of Squid Grips and Control Freak, what else am I getting? Well, There's a slight chance I might receive some Astros soon, which would be pretty awesome. Can't make any promises, can't even promise myself, but that would be pretty great. So then I'd be looking forward to that, plus a review of the Gamer Grub product, their little gamer snack. I don't actually have them yet, so I can't even give any thoughts right now, but I will be receiving some review copies to do reviews of, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, while we're on the topic essentially of housekeeping, which is under the, first topic heading, Pardon Our Dust, I would like to go on and address that, and, well, say Pardon Our Dust. In that, most of y'all probably noticed that my channel and my internet things, need for pillow. Yeah, okay. Need for pillow? Need for pillow? Anyway. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, I'll probably noticed that a lot of kind of wackiness has been going on with the channel, different formats, different videos, crazy schedules going back and forth. We have been adjusting things, trying to, get to a stable, place where we want to be with the content and where I want to go. And I've also been adjusting and learning new actual video, directing coding formats so that the picture quality is a lot better. And I believe I've honestly discovered, the perfect picture quality possible, so it'll take some getting used to working with that format, but after then, things will be really great. As far as actual content, things should be a bit more calm now. I am starting to, render settings basically, but the proper codecs and sizes and everything I'm doing with that. As far as actual content goes, we're getting it mostly streamlined and streamlined and laid out. Words, how do I speak? And there's, I don't know, I'm always, going crazy, being indecisive, always wanting to change something about how I do this, how things are going, and so it's hard for me to sit still and be happy with something, but I think we found essentially a good lineup and things to, a way of going about things and uploading, so I'm going to be moving forward there with essentially how they have been for the past week or so, and keeping it going from there, assuming the responses are great, or are continuing to be great, as they have been. I do plan on putting this kind of thing out as a podcast soon once it picks up and things like that. I do want to do more live streams because I want to step back from doing the random just game videos that nobody honestly cares about in video form, but that are still pretty exciting in live stream form. So I do want to do some more live streams, get you guys in some games, things like that. What else is there? I am actually in the process of negotiating some new Minecraft servers for everyone. Ideally, I can't make any promises, but ideally, True and I will have a personal server that every now and then people will be let on, but that we use for our own, series or what have you. It'll be our little personal server. But I am also getting a 30-slot, 1 gigabyte community server that's for my subscribers, for the community. That way we can have some group events. I plan on doing some contests for giveaways. I plan on, having some multiplayer series going, interacting with you guys. That way I have a community Minecraft server for you guys. And yes, I realize that everyone and their mother does that, but hey, whatever. And I'm also talking to some companies like Squid Grips, my sponsors, and getting some free copies of their product to give out to you all. I know Squid Grips is pretty much on board. I'm sure I can get some others on soon, and hopefully some free game codes maybe, we'll see. Things like that. Now back up to the topics of Mac versus PC. That's another one, like the iPhone. Just there's no argument, there's no discussion. There's just PC. Well, for the first part, Mac is a PC. A Mac is a personal computer. A Mac uses the exact same hardware as a PC. There's no difference. There's just the crappy operating system installed on Apple computers versus the decent / replaceable software installed on normal computers. Woohoo. Yeah. Stick with us.
EposVox's content continues to be on the highest level among gamers of all kinds. His epic voice, high-quality professional content, and fantastic dedication will send him far. Anyone and everyone needs to follow EposVox, or they will certainly miss out on an important piece of history. Visit him at youtube.com/EposVox, twitter.com/EposVox, and Twitch TV/EposVox. End log.
You're listening to EposVox with the epic voice and top-notch content to back it up. Subscribe now at youtube.com/EposVox. Follow him on Twitter at EposVox, or follow his live stream at twitch.tv/EposVox. Enjoy!
Don't touch that mouse. Vox Talks will be right back. Start working on your topic ideas in the chat and be sure to click that follow button. If you're feeling generous, donate below and help me move out. Thank you and have a nice day. Tired of your controller slipping out of your hands? Get really sweaty while you're gaming? Well then try out the Squid Grip's patented grip technology for your controller. Squid grips keep your hands from getting too sweaty and clammy and keep your controller grip very tight. They make them for PS3 and Xbox 360. They're pretty cheap, pretty solid, and they're definitely the way to go. Try some today.
If you like gaming content, you watch YouTube videos, check out the epic voice himself. That's EposVox over at youtube.com. Go to youtube.com/EposVox, spelled EposVox. That's youtube.com/EposVox. That's EposVox.
Hello. Mr. Pants, Captain Pants, is Captain Pants here? If my chat doesn't, Captain Pants is here. Welcome aboard, Captain Pants. You showed up just in time. Hello. Yes, I am very jealous. I just actually said jelly. That's embarrassing. Okay. I'm very jealous of your chili, Chew. I am very jealous, in fact. What do I think about Halo 4? Always with the burping with me. Excuse me. And that is a very difficult topic for me. Well, not really. I don't know. It's just kind of awkward. I've been doing my best to avoid just about everything associated as far as video content, promotions go, and stuff that's been released about Halo 4 recently as much as possible. I've seen some multiplayer gameplay. When MLG first started showing, did that first set of streams of the multiplayer matches that they were doing, I watched some of those while I was at work at GameStop, actually. And I've seen all the official, Vidocs and trailers, but other than that, I've been avoiding, as far as much of the details as possible, simply because I don't want many spoilers. I don't like jumping on the hype train. I don't like joining up and getting a bunch of hype only to be disappointed or only to have things different or for things to change. And frankly, that's how it should be. I'm tired of the Call of Duty hype, the hype that was associated with Reach that just kind of turned to hatred, weird things like that. But as far as what I have actually seen, I am stoked for it. I am so excited for Halo 4 that you have no idea. When they first released the legendary or limited edition pre-orders, I had mine fully paid off. It's still paid off. Well, I may owe $5 now because I don't get my discount, but it's still fully paid off, ready to go. I'm getting that game midnight and I am playing it. It's actually on the day of my sister's birthday, but whatever. And I'm playing the heck out of that game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see what they do with the storyline, what they do with Master Chief. They're actually, from what I can tell, they're actually going about it in a way that I've honestly always wanted out of Halo 4. You don't know if you're going to pre-order it. I'll pre-order. I don't know if they'll pull it off well, because I don't know that much about 343. I realize that they're a branch of Bungie and stuff like that, but there were some decisions associated with the continuation of Reach and with Anniversary that I don't necessarily agree with. So, I don't know how they're going to handle Halo 4. But they are taking it in a more storytelling, narrative approach. They're trying to, pack it full of story, really bring emotion into the storyline of Halo. And I'm looking forward to that. I am so stoked for that, if they pull it off well. If they don't pull it off well, I'm probably going to be disappointed. But I'm sure I'll be in the multiplayer 24/7 to get over it. So, And yes, that being said, I do think I'll still be able to keep my girlfriend when it comes out, because considering how much she ignored me for Mass Effect, I think I can, I'm allowed to play Halo for a little bit. And considering the way I play video games, I'd probably involve her with Halo, therefore there's no risk of losing her to Halo. And frankly, she's a bit prettier than Master Chief or Cortana, so there's no risk there. Thanks for the question, Chew. That argument's invalid. Nope, you spent forever on Mass Effect. You kind of just disappeared for a while when you were playing Mass Effect, so I get to play Halo a little bit. Yeah. Jelly in your chili. Yeah, that's not what I meant, but lol. I mean, if you're not gonna... Doll. I'm sure I'll be saying the same thing about Halo 4. It was fun. Granted, you really can't say much either, because I won't... You know very well, I won't put hardly any time into Halo 4 compared to how long you actually spent in Mass Effect, even without me realizing it. So there's nothing to say there. And I mean, as far as Team Killer, your pre-order, if you haven't pre-ordered already, since you definitely can't pre-order the limited edition version and stuff, there's really no point. Just get it when you can get it. At this point, you're just going to be giving them extra money, so there's not much to handle with that. The problem right now is that I'm burned out with Reach in every game I own. Sometimes I know that feel, even though there's plenty of games that I own that I haven't even played, but sometimes you just get burnt out. Sometimes you just run out of steam and you need to take a break. It's always really good to have some sort of game that you can hold on to. You can keep going back to, and I've always had that. I mean, there's always been something I could find, I could jump into, be it derping around in Minecraft or going back to, hell, play Halo 3 with us. A lot of us have been playing Halo 3, and we might play a little bit after the stream, and things like that. Always, there's always something you can go back to. But that's the time when you start looking at new games. I really don't like the idea of people waiting around in between games and just being like, okay, well, every game sucks because I'm waiting for, the next Call of Duty or the next Halo to come out. Surely you're not dependent on a single series, so go pick up another game. Go find another game that you've never even touched before and check it out. And hell, you may end up enjoying it more than you enjoyed Halo. I seriously doubt that specifically, but you get what I'm trying to say. I can guarantee that if I go to GameStop the week Halo comes out and find a copy, definitely maybe even the limited edition, they usually have a pre-order bonus with them. Well, you can't get the limited edition. They sold out of copies back in June. Now, granted, if someone doesn't buy theirs and the employees don't buy them at certain stores, you might be able to get lucky and get a copy. But other than that, you're not getting the limited. As far as the pre-order bonuses go, there's a couple, armor things I think you get with the standard one, but other than that, it's basically the little window cling that I gave away in my live stream. That was the pre-order bonus. And the reason I had so many was because when I worked there, we never gave them out. Everybody who pre-ordered it just didn't take them, so nobody wanted it. FIFA 13, LOL soccer games. I'm getting Murder Miners. Yes, definitely get Murder Miners. That game is like $3. I got it for free with spare Microsoft points, so we should play that sometime together as well. As far as my gameplay style goes, from Chew's question, differing from hers, honestly, that's really hard to address. I don't even... I want to talk about it, but I'm not sure how to approach it. Murder Miners is a first-person shooter indie game on the Xbox Live Arcade. It is basically Halo inside of Minecraft. It's pretty cool. Okay. My brain is not working today. But yeah, Murder Miners is pretty cool. I did a little streaming of it last week, or Tuesday-ish. It's still up here, you can check it out. There's not a lot of footage, but there's plenty of YouTube videos on it as well. I don't think I'll be making one necessarily, but there will be some videos up there. There's plenty of them already. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So, here's an open-ended question. Wait. I'm wanting to get in, yeah. Well, see, the way you approach something like that is BBK. No, that's not how. But anyway, the way you approach PC gaming when you need a new PC, is you start finding essentially what are called gateway games, which, yes, the phrase is very similar to gateway drugs, but it's basically the same concept. You find games that you can play on your PC, but they may not be the main games that you want to play on PC, but there's something that can get you started, like Minecraft, like, the various little small-end MMOs, the little indie bundle games, things like that, to get you started, get you going into PC gaming, and make sure that, PC gaming is actually something you want to get into, because there's probably nothing, I don't know it personally, but there's, Blacklight Retribution, that's a really good one. Although, if you need a new PC, you probably can't run that on your PC, but, whatever. Again, StarCraft, same deal. If you need a new PC, those aren't gateway games, those are like hardcore PC gamer games. But anyway, and make sure that PC gaming is actually something you want to, StarCraft is not a good entry game at all. But make sure that PC gaming is something that you want to get into, because you don't want to drop near $2,000 to $3,000 on a gaming computer, which, if you're getting a decent one, that's probably going to be what it is. And you don't want to drop a bunch of money on a gaming computer, then find out you don't like gaming on computer, because you can't really sell it back. That's not how it works, so you're kind of screwed. Yeah, Minecraft, League of Legends, those are kind of good. LoL isn't a beginner game, but it's certainly one you can test the waters of that kind of genre with. Yeah, but make sure, like I said, just make sure that you find some sort of game, especially to keep you busy until you get a new computer. But just kind of, find something that'll get you started to make sure that this is really what you want, that this is something you really want to get into. Otherwise, you might find yourself very disappointed and out of a lot of money. Why must they have the same acronym? What are you talking about? Okay. Frankly, this may be the point where I just kind of join up and play some Halo. I'm not entirely sure. What's a good starter? I play Microvolts. I don't even know what that is. I think I saw that on the Steam thing, but I don't know anything about it. Well, the games we mentioned are good starter PC games. Minecraft. As sad as it may be to say RuneScape, but I know everybody's going to make fun of it. But yeah, get on Steam and you'll find some games. Terraria, Super Meat Boy, and let's play Halo. Yeah, we'll play soon. You want to find games that are similar to the games you play on console and you'd expect to be playing on PC, but that aren't going to be uber hardcore games that your computer can't handle. There's the new Black Mesa source that I just got installed that is a continuation of the Half-Life series, or a revival of it. And there's silly games like Slender and Amnesia Dark Descent. Just Cause 2 is good, but again, that's another one that you gotta have a good computer for. APB Reloaded is an online MMO for free. MMO, Pokemon massively multiplayer online game, is a lot of fun. Halo 2, again, you're gonna need a decent computer, but it is a very good entry game for first-person shooters. Quake Live, completely free, runs inside of Google Chrome, very good. Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch, yeah, I mean, you gotta be open-minded for it, but yeah, definitely. Little indie ones like Limbo, Mario with Portals, Dungeon Defenders, games like that, those are pretty good. Halo Custom Edition, definitely. You can start playing some emulators, things like that. What else is there? But yeah. Well, Halo Custom Edition isn't, I mean, the only way you can really get it at this point is by pirating, but it's not technically free. yes, the custom edition part is free, but you still need the actual game itself to run it, so therefore it's not free. The reason I'm getting burned out is because freaking hackers take the fun out. Well, if you're playing, what game are you talking about? Most games don't have hackers other than, like, ones you shouldn't be playing anymore, really. And I mean, hackers, if hackers are, well, then quit playing Call of Duty. I mean, that's simple enough. Yeah, quit playing Black Ops. Find an actual new game to play. Then you wouldn't get burned out, because you're just playing games that frankly aren't worth your time past a month's time span anyway, and they're certainly not worth your money to have purchased in the first place. Yes, COD 4 Pro mod is amazing, but it kind of sucks. Or, it doesn't suck. I suck at it, rather. Lol. Whatever. You know what I meant. Yes, COD 4 is a lot of fun. If you're addicted, then you're not getting burned out. Just play something else, seriously. That's all it takes. Yeah, Quake Live is pretty cool. It's a lot of fun if you like the Quake style of first-person shooters. I enjoyed my time with it. There are more free first-person shooters like Combat Arms, Blacklight, things like that you can play as well. Realm of the Mad God is free. I hear it's good. I haven't played it yet. And then there's more free MMOs on Steam, like Lord of the Rings Online, Dungeons and Dragons Online, things like that you can play. Gary's mod is, well, no. You can't. I hate it when people just suggest Gary's mod as an actual game by itself. Gary's mod isn't a game. It's basically just a sandbox for all your other games. And so if you get it by itself, it's pretty useless. And I don't really see the point of playing it without, like, a purpose. Like, yeah, Trouble in Terrorist Town, it's great. There's a couple different. It's not a game. It is not a game. There is no fun game to it. It is a setup to set up other games. Yeah, it is just a setup. So yes, there are games like the hidden Trouble in Terrorist Town, and things like that are a lot of fun. But by itself, it is completely pointless. What is a good game like Terraria? Well, that depends. What aspects do you like in Terraria? Because yeah, you could argue Minecraft, but like, what aspects are you looking for? Because Terraria is kind of a bit of a unique game. I heart you too, BBK. Murder Miners doesn't count because it's a first-person shooter. Dota 2. Is Dota 2 free? Like, has the game actually come out? Because I heart you too, Invito. Because, I got the beta or whatever, but it seems like the game's released, and yet I have it. Like, I thought it was supposed to cost money at some point. I don't know. Whatever. League is free. Yeah, League of Legends is free. DayZ. Why? I have DayZ and I've yet to been able to play with anybody. So if any of you all have DayZ, please let me know. I've been wanting to play DayZ for like ever. Yes, True loves me too. Yes, anyway. I want to play DayZ, dang it. Just waiting for the DayZ standalone to come out. Well, yeah, maybe. I looked at the list and it said it was $100. What are you talking? Oh, Dota 2? Really? Kings at Tours Gold? What is that? I've never heard of that. Let me just go to the Steam store here. We'll talk about some games that are on sale, like Deus Ex Human Revolution, rather. That is a very good game. It is on sale for $7.49. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. Modern Warfare 3 DLC, we don't give a crap about that. Sleeping Dogs just came out. It looks kind of fun, but I don't really see any interest in that for me. War of the Roses looked pretty cool. I haven't actually got to play any of the beta or anything, but it looked pretty cool. Lag? Yes, Black Mesa. I have Black Mesa. Wait, you all can't see my screen right now anyway. What am I doing? Here, let me see if I can adjust that. Change region. It's going to create an infinite loop for a second. I apologize for that. Here we are. Yeah, it's not going to be the most, like, in sync thing, but here we go. Black Mesa is free, you just have to have the source SDK. Oh, see ya, pants. we'll be on Halo soon. I don't think you're talking about the game I'm talking about, Chew, because the game you were, well, maybe they have. I don't know. This one's not free, so I don't think it's the right one. Where is it? Right here, War of the Roses. It's from Paradox. It costs like $30 or $40 or whatever. I don't know what you, maybe that was it, but I don't know how they'd have a patch for a game that's not out yet, but whatever. Borderlands 2 looks pretty good. Hitman Absolution has potential to be good. Oh, hell, Counter-Strike Go. It's really cheap and it's a lot of fun. I've played a little of it. I've enjoyed my time with it. I have one of the Words games. I'd like to play it with someone at some point. Faster Than Light is supposed to be good. I don't know much about it. Orcs Must Die 2 I'd really like to have because it has multiplayer and the first one was a lot of fun. What else we got? Where is like free-to-play? Let me show off some free-to-play games to you guys. AVB Reloaded, like I mentioned. Lord of the Rings Online. Maple Story. Don't really know much about it. I just know people like to make fun of it. Blacklight and Tribes Ascend. Apparently there's a free-to-play Gotham City Imposters. That kind of pisses me off because I had to pay for the game in the first place. But, you know, whatever. Realm of the Mad God, like I said. Racing games, apparently. DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online. Bullet Run looks kind of like a ripoff of APB Reloaded. Not sure what's up with that. Then we're switching back around here. Super Crate Box looks like another indie game. Kind of like, it's a platformer. Combat Arms is a free first-person shooter, but it sucks horribly. It just does. Dungeon Fighter Online is supposed to be okay. Vindictus is supposed to be really good. Super Monday Night Combat is a lot of fun, but hardly anyone plays it anymore. Microsoft Flight. Lol. Fallen Earth is supposed to be okay. Magic the Gathering. Star Trek Online. Yes. Sorry about that. That was not intentional. I'm back. Groovy tunes, very nice, very nice. But yeah. So, thank you for stopping by, guys. I think I have talked to your all's ears off, and I really have to pee. I would kind of like to hit up some Halo. Kind of take a little break. Nobody really has much deep questions this week, but that's honestly okay. I'm okay with that. We'll pick it back up next week, hopefully get some people going. Hopefully, honestly, just kind of migrate. I want this to be a gateway to BBK, Diddy, Vito, and Random and I's podcast of BroStream. I would really like to get, this going, and so this is me, gatewaying to that. So I would like to see this pick up and eventually evolve into that. BBK and I get that started and get everybody else on board. And stuff like that. So that's essentially my part of my motivation to start doing this. So yeah, it's BroStream, Brocast, Bro something or another. And so hopefully we'll get that started soon within the next couple weeks. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, guys. And well, what? Anyway, thank you for stopping by, guys, and see you next week. BBK, hit me up sometime soon. Like I said, I really want to get this stuff going. I really want to get BroStream going. And yeah, we're gonna hit up some Halo 3, so jump on Xbox Live, everyone. See you later. Again, this show was brought to you in part by Rackflux. They're providing us with that community Minecraft server. Oh, now the stream's freaking out. I can't click, I can't drag. Oh god, never mind. AMD, Control Freak, Squid Grips. I gotta kill it now. Alright, see y'all later.